Hello everybody and welcome to BWTales print number 36. First of all, before I start to talk about this week print, a little note. I know last week was the anniversary of 9/11 and I was looking for a picture to talk about it, but I didn't find anything in my archive that was connected in some way to what I wanted to say eventually, and that was powerful enough. So I decided to simply don't use a print for that and just tell you that I remember, and most of all, I remember and I consider that 9/11 was created by the mentality of people that think that destruction and killings is a way to protest, is a way to manage the reality, and is a way to obtain something. And the sad part is that we forgot this aspect, and we are tolerating now the same mentality going around. No matter if you go with planes on the Twin Towers or the Pentagon and so on, or you just shot two cops in Los Angeles, or you burn down places just because you think that the people is not sharing your same ideas. The problem is that when there's a mentality that consider anybody thinking different to have a kind of original sin, that's the problem. And in case of 9/11, the original sin was a religious one, to appertain to another religion. In case of what is going on right now, can be called a privilege, or can be called simply, wealthy, or these kind of things. But there are a lot of things that are considered an original sin, and the people that have that sin are considered people that were to be killed and destroyed. And that's also, I didn't forget the 9/11, and I do not forget, as it seems that many people is doing, that 9/11 was caused by a mentality, a wrong mentality. So that's all, and it was caused not just by wrong mentality, but by all the people that was pushing that wrong mentality, all the media that were pushing the concept of an original sin, and they were pushing and are still pushing a mentality that is that justify the killing and destruction of innocent people. So that's all, and it's enough for that. So this week another print, and another print that is still from the same road trip that I took years ago with my father, and you can hear about that in some in my two previous videos, link up there. And this time it was always still in Puglia, but it was Polignano Mare. Polignano Mare, a beautiful town. There was and still there a beautiful restaurant there in a cave that is called the Grotta Palazzese. At the time was still a place where it was possible to go to eat. Right now I saw the prices on the menu and I was, okay, everything changed. And based on the fact, I'm pretty sure that all the city changed. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and beautiful scenery and everything. So, nice place to visit. But this picture was, I was walking around in Polignano, I think was before we were waiting for the restaurant or something like that, and I was walking around and I saw this image of this guy, this alley with this guy on the chair there, that was just under the sun. It was very hot, but he was under the sun, enjoying the sun, and what he was thinking that he was sleeping. But when I scanned because I printed this image originally on paper in the darkroom, and I never printed larger than this. So when I digitalized this negative to make this print, he was able to really enlarge it, because it's the scan that is generated is kind of 70 centimeters, or 40 inch by 40 inch, something like that, at 300 dpi. So pretty huge image, and I was able to zoom and zoom in, and I saw that the guy is not asleep. It's he's just looking down and probably meditating, and this made me think something that impressed me is right now you will never see, or almost never see, something like that, because now someone is sleeping, or in case is in a position like that, it has a smartphone in his hands. So that's the thing that I realized it was just a normal day, a sunny day in a beautiful place with the breeze from the sea and all these kind of things, and this person was there sitting and probably just thinking, just enjoying the moment, enjoying the color of the sun and all these kind of things, and without a smartphone. Right now we are going around. Yesterday I was having lunch with a relative of my girlfriend, and I was thinking, why do you have to take off your smartphone as soon as the lunch ended and play with it, or these kind of things? It's every moment of our lives is behind a smartphone. It's filtered by a smartphone, and that uh, eliminated the ability of the people to enjoy themselves. We are not more able to enjoy what is called contemplation. If you go back in philosophy, that's for Aristotle, was contemplation was the highest form for the human being, and is, yes, contemplate your mind, your ideas, think. Um, that was something that we were used to do, and it was kind of normal to enjoy the moments when we had nothing to do at all, and we were able just to sit there and think. And no matter if we were thinking at you know stupid things, everyday things, or in a high level contemplating the beauty of the world, or the beauty of the ability to think, or these kind of things. But we were able to do that. Now we are not, and it's become almost impossible to stay out of the smartphone world. This morning, I received an email by PayPal that you have to receive the text message with a code every time you log in, and all these kind of things. The banks now must be managed by a smartphone, and everything in our life must be done with a smartphone, and so it became very difficult to stay away from smartphones, as I'm doing, or simply to put it down, and the time alone, spend it alone, spend it thinking, without the necessity to go on social media. And by the way, the fun thing is that people together, talking and doing this kind of things, they get the smartphone to go on social media, to be connected and share something, and you think, I'm in front of you, put down the smartphone and talk to me. This is the way to be social and to be connected. But that has become impossible. And a guy like this has become very rare. And a guy like this is something that is now from the prehistorical past. Is just a person relaxing, doing nothing, enjoying the sun, enjoying the moment, enjoying the breeze, and probably thinking about a lot of different things. And thinking is what we need to do, because what gives us solutions. If we stop and think, no matter if it's a stupid problem, everyday problem, or to, I don't know, to clean the floor, or it's the contemplation of the beauty of the universe. But thinking is what gives us answer and what gives us solution to everyday life, is what pushes us to be better people. Now every solution, we are looking for it on a smartphone, on a computer, on a social media. And those are not solutions. Those are prepackaged solutions. And sometimes are good things, sometimes there's a knowledge there and it's good when we use that knowledge. But most of the time are just inputs to change our life. And right now I think we are in the most deep testing phase of the power of the smartphones and social media and these kind of things. And we are pushed to act as masses. The smartphone pushes us to act as masses, as crowds. We lose our individuality, because you see that if there's a post of a doctor, for example, right now that we are in the COVID situation still, saying the virus is good, the vaccine is good or the vaccine is bad, it's not a problem. There's nobody, almost nobody, wondering who is the doctor, what are the studies, what did he do, and all these kind of things to understand the credibility of the person. But you see that there are comments and people is divided into screaming at each other in a partisan way, managed by politically managed usually, but it's two parts fighting, acting as crowds, ready to scream and be and announce something that we alone will never do, because when you hear things as yeah, we have to kill him, or we have to, put him in jail for 30 years or something like that, and you think about, if you were alone in front of this person, will you do that, or will you ask more questions, and will you try to understand? So that's the thing. And right now, no matter if it's what is the argument, but I'm pretty sure that this is a big test phase to see if we can arrive at the point of crowd without even being together. A very nice book to read is the I don't remember the title exactly, but is Gustave Le Bon, I think, is the psychology of the crowd, something like that. And where states something that is obvious, that when you are alone, you don't do the things the masses do. And you can see that in riots, you can see that in the French Revolution, you can see that in all these aspects. When a masses start to act, the people will do things that they will never do alone. But to be a mass, to be a crowd, there was the need to be together, and there was a limit. And right now, with the smartphones, we can be crowd, sitting alone in our homes, and still be a crowd and act as a crowd, because we identify in the virtual crowd that is online. And in my opinion, now there's a test to see if this virtual crowd can become a real crowd. So if the virtual attitude that is as a mass, as a crowd, can become a real act as a crowd. So that's a thing. But That was this photograph inspired me. Except first of all, inspired me a lot of beautiful memories and these kind of things. But really, I was impressed looking at this guy on the chair enjoying the day, and I was impressed to think that is okay. It's only 30 years, not really much, but actually the things changed probably in the last 10 years, that much. But we uh, have lost the ability to do the most simple thing. Sit there, enjoy the moment, feel the sun, feel the breeze, think and do nothing without a smartphone in our hands. So this is what impressed me about this picture, and this is the idea that I want to express this week. As usual, thank you for watching, and if you want to see the original image, please go to the link down there. It will bring you to my website so you can see the original image in a better way. While you're there, please subscribe to my newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter, so not a problem, and all it arrives if I do something new. So that's all. If you enjoyed the video, please put a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. This said, thank you for watching again. Keep creative, stay free, and have a lot of fun.